Hello, 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 and welcome to Thursday Night Soul Sessions. So glad that you are here with me. Uh, Look, no housekeeping that I actually have to do this time. So I'm going to open up as usual. This is Thursday night, three card soul guidance. And what I do first is I open up with my personal love letter to you. And then we're going to go into a conversation. And then I will go ahead and pull cards. If you have a question um, relating to the topic, you could go ahead and drop it into the chats. When I get ready to pull the cards, I will go ahead and read the questions and we'll get right on into it. So let me begin. And also, by the way, if you're here, don't be afraid. Just go ahead and say hello to me in the chat. Let me know that you're here and you're listening, and I show up just for you. And me too. You don't know how much this actually helps me. So, good evening, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Soul Sessions. Take a moment with me tonight to pause, breathe in slowly, and exhale slowly. Thank you. I know I needed that. Sometimes we all need that. And we really do fail to take a moment to take that breath in. So allow yourself to soften for a moment. The world moves so quickly sometimes, you guys. Our thoughts move quickly, our emotions move quickly, and without realizing it, we can begin moving through life without ever fully checking in on ourselves. That's one of the reasons I love spaces like this. That's one of the reasons that I created this space. It, for one, I probably do need to do this more than once a month, uh, but it does help me just stop for a minute. A lot of times I stop just because I'm being mom or wife, but this is time that I get to stop with you and give back to you and help you realize that you need to also stop and just relax for a minute and let somebody um, speak into you, encourage you, let you know that you're not alone and enrich it. So, not because we're searching for perfection or trying to predict every outcome, but because it gives us a moment to slow down long enough to actually listen inward. If you enjoy reflective spaces like this, you're always welcome to subscribe and return when soul sessions come around each month. Yes, I do this each month. Every second full week of the month. I'm here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And what I love about this particular session is that it reminds us we don't always need a perfectly formed question in order to receive guidance. Sometimes we simply feel emotionally unsettled, uncertain, pulled in a different direction, or aware that something within us is still shifting, even if we can't fully explain it yet. And often those quiet inner shifts are where growth begins. Before we move into the cards tonight, I want to sit with something that I think many people experience during seasons of change, especially if you are female and you are mother and you are wife, if you are Christian or whatever it is, we all experience a season of change. So, the big question tonight, and what we're going to go into a brief discussion about, is what happens when you outgrow a version of yourself? One of the strangest feelings in life is realizing that something that once felt completely normal to you no longer fits. And when that happens, the first thing that many of us go to do is confide in others or go to others, and we start picking and poking. Why is this one treating me different? Why is that one treating me different? Or I used to be with a group of friends, and you know they don't treat me the same anymore. And you tend to think that is other people that has changed towards you. And honestly, it's the other way around. You're growing, beautiful. You're evolving. You are shifting. You're changing. You're learning different things. You're becoming open. You're uh, what's the new word? Enlightenment is happening. And it's a strange feeling because all of a sudden you don't fit in. Sometimes growth doesn't feel exciting at first. Sometimes it feels like confusion, lonely, emotional, uncertainty. And because we evolve, our relationships change, our interests changed, and our boundaries change. And even the way we see ourselves begin to shift. So, what do you do with this in between version of you? And I love this so much. And often there's a period where you no longer feel connected to the old version of yourself. But when you haven't fully stepped into the new version yet, that in between space you feel the uncomfortableness, um, that is also where transformation quietly happens. So it's not that they don't like you. It's not that you've done something wrong. Even when it's a love relationship, your partner, it's a really big misconception in a lot of relationships saying, well, I don't love you anymore. It's not that you don't love them anymore. It's not that you have outgrown what they do. And it's not even that you are bored and you tend to think that it's the same old, or you keep doing the same thing. What's happening with you is you're growing, you are evolving. And when you grow and evolve, the relationships will change. And what the two of you have to understand is you have to allow each other to grow. I remember explaining this at my daughter's wedding, when I was given the parental speech. And I did let spirit move through me as I spoke to this beautiful young couple. And what I do remember explaining to them is you have to allow each other to grow. And sometimes that come in a time where there may be a little quietness, or it feels like a little bit of separation, but it's just change, it's just evolving. Your skin produces new cells every day. So every time you are in a shower, bathing, or in a bathtub, those old skin cells, the old skin is being washed down the drain. Are you trying to go into the drain and trying to dry everything out to place the old skin back on? No, you're not. You're changing, and it's okay to change. What's not okay is when you don't allow yourself to change, or you don't allow the other person to change. That's where the trouble really comes in. So, when you are allowing this growth, I need you to ask yourself and ask the ones that you with to release. You're going to release old habits. You're going to release old stories. You're going to release old identities, or even old expectations of ourselves. Not because we failed, but because we are evolving. And I really need you to understand that when you're evolving, it does feel like failure. When you're evolving, it does feel strange. You do want to do some of those old things, but those old things are not serving you anymore. Um, it's almost wanting to feel like you did enjoy having ice cream and you enjoy eating ice cream, but all of a sudden, because your body is changing and evolving, getting better, it's not failing, it's actually getting better. You go to the doctor, they tell you that is lactose intolerant. Is it really lactose intolerant? I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice, but this is just my point of view. I'm not lactose intolerant. I have just evolved from the nutritious factor of an intake of a cow. Cow's milk are for cows, human milk is for humans. To be realistic, no person needs or requires milk past the age of 2. That is really a scientific fact. But, look it up for yourself. Again, I'm not giving any medical advice. This is just what I know. I have 4 children that I nursed, and this is definitely what I understand. And as I watch my children grow and never gave them animal milk, I've seen that they are perfectly healthy, growing young adults. Never broke a bone. Well, except for one that she does gymnastics. But even she really didn't break a bone doing gymnastics. She broke her bones being silly. And it was just a hand. But she healed instantly. So, you know, that's enough on that rant. I could go on with that forever. So, tonight's 3 card guidance is simply an opportunity to pause, to reflect on where we are, what may be shifting within us, and what guidance is supporting us moving forward. Okay? If that's okay with you, that was good. That was really good. Um, Guys, we have to allow ourselves to change. I'm just moving the keyboard out the way and getting the cards ready. So we do have to allow ourselves change. We, not just our partners, we have to allow ourselves the opportunity to grow, to expand, to do you understand that we trap ourselves? Do you understand that we think that we're supposed to stay the same until we transition to another life? That is so not good. So, if you don't get anything from tonight, I do want you to understand, allow yourself to shift, allow yourself to evolve. It doesn't just mean professionally. Allow yourself to want to advance and grow into new things. Again, I'm not just talking about business. I'm talking about new hobbies. Allow yourself to like a different TV show. Allow yourself to want to take up painting and drawing. Allow yourself to, I don't know, skydiving if that's what you wanted to do. But it's okay. Some people may call you weird in doing it. That's their problem. That's not yours. But yourself to evolve, if you don't allow yourself to grow, if you don't allow yourself to experience new things, you will be bored with you, and then you will blame everybody else for seeing you differently when the honest to God truth is you're not allowing yourself to be exactly who you were designed to be. You're just stuck. And it's time that you move past the stuckness. Let's shift together. All right, I'm going to shuffle and look to comments and or questions. If you're here, you have a comment or question, go ahead and put it into the chat. If there is nothing and you're just listening in, I welcome you. Thank you so much for being here in this space. I am calm. I am cool. I am not a fast food tarot reader. That's just not what I do. I am more so into mindset mentoring and empowerment. So let's see. Sometimes we don't allow ourselves. And hello, Nella. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it's so late for you, and I do appreciate you being here. Sometimes we don't allow ourselves to grow because of limiting beliefs. So very true. We lose friends, we change people, don't like changes, acceptance. I was like that before, repeating the same cycles. Thank you for your honesty, and thank you for even accepting and wanting to take this shift. Let's just look a little deeper, because it's really important. You said a very important thing. You said limiting beliefs. So let's explore that just a little bit more, because that is such a broad statement. Limiting beliefs. I am going to give you one of my limiting beliefs. Um, I can say that I was, but all in all, I still am. I have my faith, of course, and I am still an ordained minister, but I choose not to, well, I'll just go out and say, I choose not to preach the King James version of the gospel. Okay. As I started studying the Bible for myself, so many things didn't add up. I wondered a lot, and when I would go, who was considered my covering, the pastors or apostles or other priests and so forth, when I would ask questions, they didn't have answers. And when they don't have answers, that means Belinda is all Virgo. September 11th is my birthday. That means I go fish. I go find the answers that I'm looking for. It doesn't settle with me. So I have studied a lot. I have studied a lot of spirituality books. I've studied a lot of metaphysical books. I studied a lot of New Age, and it got to a point that and still is to a really big point now, that if the book was written after 1960s, you couldn't get me to read it. And my reason for that was because, well, late 1800s, there was no TV. You understand? So to me, those that wrote those books and did all the deep studying and did all the deep meditation, they didn't have the nuances that we have today. Well, it's because you're using it now, which is social media or YouTube, you know, or television and radio. They didn't have those disturbances. And because they didn't have those disturbances, things to me made more sense. So when I go back to the Bible and I say, well, how did Jesus feed 5,000 with two fish and two pieces of bread? And they didn't have the answer. I begin to have a problem with that. So therefore, I needed to evolve from that sort of thinking, that the miracle only belonged to Jesus, or the miracle only belonged to the apostles or the people that he was walking with. Because after all, I did read and study, and in the word, in the book of John, where Jesus is supposed to talk, I don't know, I wasn't there, but the text says that he says you could do these things that I've done, even go with the Father. And me being a minister, seeing the same people in church Sunday after Sunday, year after year, praying the same thing, having the same issues, having the same ills and sickness, um, I needed to know how to perform these miracles, because I didn't think that it was fair that they come to church week after week, sometimes twice, sometimes three times, and wanting the same hands laid on them. I didn't think that it was fair that tithe and offerings was taken, and they were still in the same position that they came in to the church 10 years ago. To me, there's a breakdown. To me, there was a problem. So therefore, I needed to evolve. And as I began to evolve, I began to preach more the promise than the sin, and that wasn't accepted. So therefore, about 10 years ago, I stepped away. I stepped away. And as I stepped away and as I began to learn, as I began to meditate and know that the truth is within us. The God that we want to believe is also the God within us. Do I mean in this physical body? No. I don't mean in a physical body because the body's physical, but I do mean spirit. We were never born, and therefore we can never die. And of course that meant evolving for me, evolving into a new height. And to be quite honest with you, since I stepped out on this journey, on this spiritual journey, and knowing that love is the answer, that we can do more with encouragement, we can do more with truth telling than making people fear. I have helped more people uh, with the reading of tarot cards, energy reading, mindset mentoring, and I have helped more people than I have ever helped behind the walls of a church. So that's why I'm here. So I am a product of evolving. Did it change or shift my family? Sure, it did, but not for the worse, because a lot of people would say or believe that it was for the worse. But we have become closer. Um, we are more loving. We manifest more things. There is no dark side really that we are experiencing. Now, does that mean that we are living in a la la land? No, that just means that we know how to get back into alignment because the thank you, because what I have learned and what I have experienced is, and what was part of my argument was when the Bible was written, they didn't believe that we'll build machines that will go to the moon. So while many are raising their hands and looking up to the sky and looking for a heaven, well, guess what? There's a spaceship that went up into the sky and went into the what we thought was the heavens to find that there's nothing there but the universe, many stars that cannot be numbered, and planets, and all sorts of spacey things out there. There's no place that we can say that has a streets of gold and anything else. Now, I am going to say, do I believe that there is a higher source? Do I believe that there is a God? Absolutely, I do. I also understand that I am the miracle. I also understand that you are the miracle. Also understand that everything that we are experiencing is from the energy that we emit from it. So, ah, that rant can go on for the next hour. And you know what? I think I will do a video um, about my transition. I think that is definitely owed to you, because if you find some other videos of mine, you're gonna be like, yeah, she was a church girl. Well, what happened? Nothing happened other than I evolved. Nothing happened other than I did studying and I did peeking and I developed my own beliefs, because everybody has their own BS, which is belief system, not bullshit, but their own belief system. And when you learn for yourself, when you decide and understand that it's better for you to get the information, long story short, if you're going to believe something, know what it is that you're believing, know who it is that you're believing in. If it's a person, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So, my position and what I do in my mentoring business and my guidance and business, I am not trying to strip away anybody's faith. What I'm trying to do is help elevate your faith. I want you to have the type of faith that cannot be shaken, that cannot be moved, that you walk and you stand and you know that your words are power all unto themselves, that when you speak something, you are to expect the manifestation of that thing because you spoke it and you are the miracle. And you have guides, you have angels, you have spirit, you have all sorts of support around you that you do not physically see, but that breeze that goes across your face right when you need it. If you don't believe me, I dare you say, "Oh, I'm hot." It would be nice if I got a breeze that just brushed my face. If you don't feel it, then that means that you're not trying to, but it did answer you. I feel it every time, especially when I'm hot. I'd be like, you know what? The sun's hot. It'd be sure nice if I could get a breeze right now. The breeze will sure come. And so, even with me saying that, if there was something that you want, if there's something that you focused on and your energy went to that thing, you always experienced it. You always experienced it. You may have given credit to something else, and that's fine. Spirit doesn't care about that. Only people care about who gets credit for manifestation. Spirit does not give one iota credit, care about who gets the credit. It will always answer you every time, whether you feel is good or bad. Wherever your most energy and your vision is geared towards, you will experience. Ah, okay. I need to move off of that. Let's do your present energy. Is that okay with everybody here? Okay, present energy. The card that I'm going to pull is going to reflect the energy surrounding us right now. And I am going to laugh if this is just going to do nothing but echo what I've already been saying. Sure, it is. We got the sun. What is the sun? The sun is life. The sun, this card reflects the energy surrounding us right now of enlightenment. Isn't that wonderful? So, this is courageousness, it's enlightenment, it is fun, it is inventive, it is this card is actually saying to us right now, spirit is saying to us right now for the thing that you wanted to do. I don't know if you're looking and you're an entrepreneur or looking to start a new business or a new hobby or just something new. This is giving birth to it. This means that it's time to get all your ducks in a row. This means that it's time to stop overthinking and just enjoy it. Just do one action every day towards this new thing that you want to manifest. You have full support. The sun. The sun gives life. The sun opens up every day. It can't even be darkness without the sun because the moon reflects the sun. So the sun is enlightenment. You have support. The light, when you start doing a new thing, the light bulb will come off that will go on that will just start feeding that ambition. Will start feeding that new work. Will start feeding that new uh, hobby that you have. And that's great. The second card that we pull is what is emerging. This card reflects what may be uh, unfolding or asking for your attention. And because that's card two, I'm going to pull from the middle of the deck. Ah, Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, you can see that good. So she reflects this nine means complete. Nine, when we're talking about the cards in the Tree of Life, nine is completion. And you see that she is very settled. The bird perching on her hand, the coins that you see there, we call them pentacles. And then you see the grapes, which is abundance. So, what's emerging? This is so beautiful. You got the sun giving life, and then now you have a full card of abundance. So, if this was a new business venture or a new hobby, that look for more of it. Look for the great energy. Look for more feeling of it. Look for the happiness. Look for the joy. Look for the overflow. Oh, that's big. I love that word. Look for the overflow of this new thing that you have going on. The third card is the guidance of moving forward. This card offers guidance and support as we continue moving forward. I love the way the universe works. I pulled this from the bottom of the deck because it's card number 3. And what is it? The Hierophant. Then we just get finished talking Bible. Can you see that good? I hope you can. I got some light reflection on there. So, yes, the Hierophant looks like, the Pope. Okay. You got the 2 fingers up, peace. And what it is mercy. This is the card of mercy. The guidance and support moving forward is coming directly from spirit, mercy and grace. When I think about that, I think about Psalms 23 and the ending of it, where he says, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. So this is great. Okay, yes, the energy just spoke. Light bulb goes off. Psalm 23. Are you ready for it? This is just classic. Just classic, classic. Okay, so I'm looking at the sun and everything. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside peaceful streams. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for his staff and thy rod um, protects me. He prepares the table before me in the presence of my enemy. My cup shall runneth over. Remember, I said that this card here is the card of completion, abundance, your cup running over. And sure, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I'll take it. If you won't take it, I'm going to take it because this speaks volumes. So you have new things to do. You have things that you put on a back burner. It's time to go ahead and bring them up. What's emerging, you got new life coming. You got full protection of spirit ready to guide you. And when you get this new thing going, look for abundance to come from it. And you are protected and guided and supported for the rest of the days. That to me is a great way to end a Thursday night. I hope it was good for you because I know it was good for me. I feel that we can move forward. I know I'm going to move forward. If there's no other questions or if there's comments, go ahead and drop it into the chat. Thank you, Precious. Um, yeah, yeah, this is good. I'm good. Is this reading like general? Yes, this was a general reading. This was a very general reading, but it's speaking and it spoke really good. It's speaking. So if you got something that you have been contemplating on and not sure whether or not you should do it, that was the cards and spirit definitely telling you, yeah, it's time to start doing that thing. Yes, it's time to start moving forward. You was thinking about the 9 of Pentacles? Yes, the 9 of Pentacles is an abundance card. The 9 of Pentacles means completion. And it's an earthly card. So it can be completion in finances. It speaks about the body. It speaks about health. It speaks about material manifested things. So it's abundance and it's completion. I know woman in garden full of everything. Absolutely. And she's not worried. She doesn't have a care in the world. The birds are perching on her and she's just letting them feast on all those grapes. I'll put the card back in the deck. So I'm looking for it really, really quick. There she is. Can I give you one for soul guidance? I sure can. I sure can. Is there something particular that you were looking at? So therefore I can really zone in. Was there anything on your heart? And what I'll do, I'll pull a card, which is present energy. Will be the first card. The second card will be what's emerging, and the third card will be guidance moving forward. Okay, feel free, no problem. All right, put the spread out. One, two, three. Oh, this is nice. All right, what's emerging? Can't get any better than that if you ask me. The ace of swords. And I want you to look at that ace. It's like the hand coming out of the cloud. Swords is a representation of your thoughts. And there's a crown with some ivory hanging down. And these little things that you see, the little specks, those are called yods. And yod is the logos. It's the word of is the word of God or the word of source. So yes, what's emerging is ideas. What's emerging for you is definitely your thoughts on how you see things. And it's not just thoughts that you currently have. You are about to receive spiritual downloads. You are about to it's going to come in the best way that I can really say this there, and I know it's late for you, so tomorrow or throughout the weekend is when I get most of my downloads from source is around water. And it doesn't mean that you have to go to the lake or anything. Sometimes for me, it's washing the dishes. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's during a shower or a bath. It's like the you just hear the voice and you get that big aha movement. So spirit is going to speak to you very specifically, and it's definitely going to be on something that you already had on the heart. Okay. Y- I got in a pull. Yes, it's going to be something that you definitely have on the heart. So your present energy, this card reflects the energy surrounding you right now is definitely spiritual. A lot of thoughts, a lot of downloads, things that you have been contemplating about is now going to start getting stronger. It's going to start being enriched and a lot of clarity around it. And what is going to be unfolding from it is again, here we go with Pentacles for you, sweetheart. Uh, is stability. This thing that um, you're going, things have been feeling a little unstable for you right now. So stability is coming your way. Definitely, stability is what is emerging. Your card three is guidance. And here you go again. You are the Empress. Okay. Now, let me tell you something about the Empress. She is mother, and this also is love. Your guidance moving forward is to fall in love or to fall in love with what it is that you're doing, because the stability is there and you're giving birth. And I don't mean physically, but if you are, congratulations. But birth to new ideas, birth to new love. And I want you to notice that this part right here, that is definitely in your love life. So the Empress has attraction, she has desire, she has love, and she's very mature, and she definitely knows how to navigate situations. And the person that is getting ready to step into, I'm going to say her, even though I mean you, the person that is going to step into life for you, you won't need to do much because they are going to take the lead. And it's going to be like, I don't know if you remember the Fabergé commercial where she would say, "You bring home the bacon and I fry it up in a pan and never ever let you forget that you're a man." That's the Empress. She's got it going on. And that is such a beautiful card because it's not just giving birth to new relationship, it's giving birth to everything around you. So that is your guidance moving forward. This card is offering you guidance and support so that you know that this new thing that you have going on that's bringing you into stability, that you have full support and guidance, that there's no need to worry. So go out and do the damn thing, sweetie. Go out and do what it is that you want to do because you are fully supported and guided. And I don't want you to ever forget that. All right. So that is your soul guidance. That's and I get the feeling that you really know, or that you have been putting some things on a back burner for quite some time. And in the midst of everything that's happening in the world, believe it or not, now is the time to move. You have full support. So, we are going to go ahead and close up for tonight. And thank you so much. I know it's late for many of you. And if you get a chance, catch the replay. We did talk about some amazing things earlier. So, as we close tonight's 3 card soul guidance session, remember that growth is not always loud. Well, thank you for being here. Sometimes it happens quietly, through awareness, through honesty, through small inner shifts we barely notice at first. And I think that's worth saying again. Growth, yeah, I did, because I think I felt that for myself. So I'm saying it not for you, but more so for me, that growth is not always loud. Sometimes it happens quietly, through awareness, through honesty, through small inner shifts we barely notice at first. Trust the vision of Trust the version of yourself that is emerging, and trust that not every old thing is meant to come forward with you into your next season. Thank you for sharing this space with me tonight. Tomorrow we'll close our week together with the higher self messages. Now, I do want to let you know that the higher self messages doesn't always mean that I will pull the cards. I may not pull the tarot cards. I use oracle cards, but it's whichever way the spirit moves me. But most of the time, the higher self messages are intuitive messages. So until then, move gently, stay aware, and continue listening to what is quietly unfolding within you. Good night, beautiful souls. Good night, Nella. I love you. I thank you so much for being here, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.